guys, I hope you're all doing well today. Today I wanted to talk to you about the water cycle, which is part of what causes rain to happen. Water exists in three different forms. There's liquid, which is what we normally see, like this. There's gas, which we can't see at all, but it's in the air. Sometimes you see it if it's coming off of a hot cup of hot cocoa, the steam coming up, that's when the water's turning to gas. And then there's also the frozen form, which is ice, and that's when it gets really cold. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the liquid and the gas forms today. When we have rain or snow or sleet, any type of liquid or frozen stuff that comes from the sky, that's called precipitation. That's a big word. Can you say it with me? Precipitation. And the rain comes down and it comes on the ground and it goes in the rivers and the lakes and the oceans and all the places where we have water. And then the sun comes out. And when it heats up the water turns into a gas. It's called evaporation. Let's try that together. Evaporation. And it goes up in the air, and as it gets way up high, away from the ground, and the sun's not shining on anymore, it starts cooling down. And it turns back into a liquid. And that's called condensation. Let's try that one together. Condensation. You can see condensation on the outside of your cup when it's really hot outside and you've got ice in your cup, the outside gets wet. That's also condensation. But in the sky, condensation makes clouds. And when they're nice white fluffy clouds, there's no danger of rain because they just got a little bit of water in them. And then when they turn dark gray, that's when the water starts coming out and we get, I can get my paper up, precipitation one more time. So it goes around in a cycle, repeating over and over. And I've got a little science experiment set up to show you about how rain goes into our clouds. First, we've got this squeeze bottle full of water. I've got a cup with extra water in case we need it. I've got an empty cup that's going to represent the earth. I've got a sponge that represents the clouds in the sky. And I'm going to put a little bit of blue food coloring in this just so you can see it a little bit better. Because water doesn't have any color. I'll just take a couple of drops of food coloring. Put the lid back on nice and tight. Hold it in place while I shake it up. And look at our water turning blue. Look how beautiful that is. I'm still dripping everywhere, which is why I have a towel to clean up. I'm going to start pouring water into this dry sponge. And when it gets full, like the clouds do when they turn gray, we should see water coming out to look like rain onto the earth, into the cup below. I wonder how long it will take to fill up this sponge. What do you think? See any water coming out yet other than what I'm spilling? Keeps filling up, soaking up the water into the sponge. Keep going. Clouds can soak up a lot of water too, just like our sponge does. That's why sometimes they're small and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, look what we're having. We've got rain coming out into the cup from the bottom. And that's just how our clouds work when they soak up. Look at all that rain coming. We're having a big storm in our cup now. And we're filling up the rivers and the lakes and the oceans and the ponds with all of that water. Whee! And then when the water runs out of the clouds, it stops raining. And then the sun comes out and heats it up and starts the process all over again. I hope you learned a little bit about why it rains and what it takes to make it happen in the sky. Thanks for watching today.